Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ice Demons. Ta-da! That's my intro so far, currently. Anyways, today's topic is time to take a bow, which is what can you be taking a step back from? What is it time to center stage, bow, clap, bow, exit, left? What is not serving you that you can be walking away from? That's all that to say that. Anyways, so we have four pals here today. We got into some little note cards. I think some charms and a couple of pals. But yeah, we got some really good stuff going on there. Remember to ground yourself before you pick a pal. I like doing pick a cards or pick a pals because I feel like it helps people kind of like channel their intuition, right? By having to pick between different things and kind of basically just read the energy based off of what's here. But I am thinking about getting into maybe like zodiac readings or collective readings, just so I don't have to do four pals every reading and I can probably put out more content with different things. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in or if you have some topics, some card reading topics that you want me to do. But we're going to be just having fun over here. We're going to be doing different things, trying different shit. So stay tuned for that. Or be on the lookout for that, I should say. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's get into the piles. So pile 1 is here. And you have the Catwoman Injustice card. Ooh. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Pile 2, you have this Squirtle Pokemon card. Pile 3 is Deathstroke. And last but not least, pile 4 is Kim Namjoon from BTS. Okay. Take your time picking. I'm trying to think if I have any disclaimers. Remember, nothing is set in stone. Time is fluid. Energy is fluid. Yeah, that's really my only disclaimer. Oh, and this is not supposed to be the sole source of your information. These readings are supposed to confirm things that you maybe have an inkling about or something that you've already been told about or something that you already know, okay? So, yeah, that's it. So we're going to get into your pals. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pal 1. Welcome. If you picked this Catwoman card, then this is your pal. I'm going to set this up here at the top. So, as you know, in today's reading, we're going to be getting into things that might not be serving you anymore. What should you walk away from? That's what the take a bow is for, okay? We're taking a bow. It's time to tap out, in a sense, take a step back. So, I have the Oracle cards here, and then I have the tarot cards. So, but let's just get into it. See what is going on here for pal 1. First thing I want to say is I feel like you're in a kind of defensive energy. It's kind of like a defensive / selfish energy, if you will. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it's not serving you anymore at this current time. Because, how do I say? It's like you're being selfish, but it's not in the sense, it's not selfishness for your highest good or selfishness for your betterment. It's kind of like a selfishness in the ego, if that makes sense. There is a lot of back and forth indecisiveness energy here. Like, I'm getting that from this Two of Swords right here. Like an indecisiveness, like a going back and forth of having your mind made up, and then the second something happens, changing your mind. Or, how do I say, like, no, that's the simplest way to say it. And you're even being, with the Seven of Wands, you're being defensive about it. It's like you feel these things that you're doing are low vibrational, or you feel these things that you're doing are maybe hurting people around you, or maybe you're recently just been getting told that like you're mean or something like that. And in the past, that was you setting boundaries, putting your guard up, protecting yourselves, protecting yourself. But at this current moment, it seems like this defensiveness is kind of just trying to keep you in a state or in a being of loneliness. It's self-sabotage. When it comes down to it, it's self-sabotage, because you're not used to having so much maybe love or even positivity around you. Maybe you're so used to being the positive person that when positivity does come to you and surrounds you, it's almost like you can't accept it, you can't take it, because it's like, wait, this is foreign, this is new, I don't really I'm not really fucking with this. So that could be an energy that you're in, or very well with this Five of Swords, that could be an energy that you are surrounding yourself in right now. Meaning this could be friends, family, co-workers, children, siblings, pets, whatever, or even your own mindset that has you in this space of belief, or of disbelief, if you will, of doubt. And so this Five of Swords here lets me know that you're probably getting into a lot of arguments with, not with others. How do I say this? It's kind of like you've been getting into arguments with yourself over others, right? So before, when someone did something that you knew you didn't like, you were like, I don't like that. Boundary set, cool, okay. But now it's like there's this energy of confusion around you, where it's like, well, do I not like that because I'm being triggered? Do I not like that because it's something that I need to change? Do I not like that because, whatever the case may be? So it's kind of like you're coming into this state of confusion about setting boundaries. And I think because your recent past, you've been called to set boundaries. And so now that it's time to kind of come out of that energy, it's a little baffling. It's a little confusing, if you will. But under that, we have this compassion card. Let me read it. As you pray each day for greater compassion, a new self is born, drawing new people and experiences. Dear Lord, help me feel ever deepening self-acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. So what I get from this is you're kind of at a crossroads with the universe. Especially with the way that the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords is depicted over there. It feels like they're asking you to be compassionate for situations that before it might not have been difficult to be compassionate for. But now, with you being in the energy, like your recent past is this Emperor energy, right? Of setting boundaries, of just a super masculine, firm energy. And so now that you're asked to come back into this more yin energy of receiving, of the more feminine energy, it's a struggle. So that's why under the compassion, we have the co-create, right? The universe is asking you to co-create with them. They know that you're a magician. They know that you can make things happen. That's cool. That's fine. That's dandy. But you want it to be in balance. You want it to be in love. So they're asking you to co-create with them before you create decisions and make moves that you could potentially regret, that you might be coming back to them like, okay, I know I fucked up. Which even if you do, that's fine, okay? The universe is complete acceptance. That's fine. But they're telling you this to kind of just avoid the extra turmoil or extra battles or whatever the case may be. Okay. Moving on over here to the second column, we have the Emperor, Doubt, and Come to the Edge. So first, this Emperor card, like I was saying, I feel like this is your recent past, and so that's why you're being asked to step back from this energy. Yeah, so your recent past is this Emperor energy, and so you're being asked to step back from it, to step out of it, so that you can, in a sense, come back into compassion, into positivity. Now, I paused there because I got another little message. So for some of you, yes, it's time to step out of this Emperor energy. But some of you, you have, like I said, your recent past is still the Emperor energy, but you haven't been using it in the best way. This Emperor energy, I'm really getting more devil energy from this card coming up now. So I feel like you did step into the energy, Emperor energy, and for a while, it was going good and going smooth. But towards the tail end of it, like this period right now, when you're being asked to kind of pull back from it or pull out of it, you are kind of reveling in this dominance, if you will, that you're not used to. Because I feel like you're typically more of a soft person, and so like you're maybe typically I don't want to offend any superhero, supervillain, whatever DC stands, but I feel like, I don't know, whoever the more softer version of Catwoman, I guess Harley Quinn. I feel like Harley Quinn, I know she's not soft, but I'm just saying in her approach, right? She's a little more softer on the outside, right? She has like this baby doll thing going on, versus Catwoman is like a sleek, grown, sexy, just super femme energy, but in more of a emasculated sense. I hope I'm explaining this right. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is you are reveling in finally being able to be the sexy kitten. So, like I was saying, I feel like you're reveling in this like sexy kitten energy, and you might have used it to get you a couple of slaves, you know what I'm saying? A couple of people to bow at your feet, and now the universe is saying, okay, you had your fun, it's time to pull it back in, rein it back in, bring it back in, girlfriend. This doubt, especially it being in the middle of the spread. Oh, okay, I was just about to say, I'm a little confused by that. So this doubt card is saying basically you essentially are doubting the universe, or doubting the strength and vulnerability. Okay, so you are almost afraid of coming back into that softer energy because you're aware that vulnerability is required in that energy in order to get the best and the most out of this yin energy, right? So let me figure out how to say this the best way. That's bullshit. Vulnerability, there is strength in vulnerability. Vulnerability is strength, okay? Being able to be open and be vulnerable and to be authentic without the fear of it blowing up in your face is a really strong strength. And we know that because not too many people in the world are capable or able of doing it, okay? So you're wrong, okay? The universe is right. The period that you're going into, you don't need this Emperor energy. It's going to fuck up a lot of stuff for you, okay? Because you're going to be coming in headstrong with that strong Aries energy, when in all actuality, you need to be in a Libra or Pisces type energy, okay? And then here, even with this come to the edge, we have two cards here that depict like this full energy of surrender, of releasing and trusting the best to come from it, right? So you're really just holding really tightly onto this Emperor energy, for it to literally be coming up in the middle of the spread, and that's just really just what's covering you right now, is this confusion, and then this just super duper dominance, but of the ego. Okay, so this last row over here, like I said, we have the Fool card. So again, the universe is emphasizing to take a leap of faith. If there's a situation or a person that you know could be good for you, but you're afraid of going forward because you're afraid of it backfiring, or you're afraid of it, going south, Spirit is saying it's okay to trust this situation. Take a leap of faith. Change is inevitable. Change is good. Like this card says, don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. Love. Oh, you can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into who can take it. Absolutely. Amen. So Change is inevitable and change is coming to you. And it's good change. It's positive change. We have the yin coming under that. This is a time to receive, to receive. Okay. So the Emperor is all about giving, of doing, of going out there and just doing, moving, doing. You're asked to be in a state of being right now. Okay. Just being. To in a state of receiving, to open your arms up like the imagery in these cards are. Open your arms up and take a leap of faith and be ready to catch what the universe is throwing your way. Oh, okay. Ooh, ooh, eh, ah, ooh, ooh, eh, ah. Okay, let me get my charms and my notes. I'll be right back. We're only like 15 minutes in. I forget how much not shuffling on camera saves time. Okay, let's start with notes. Let me shuffle this box really good. Okay. This came out. Words of encouragement for pile 1, for things for them to help them release things, step back from things that don't serve them. That's a lot. That's a lot. Come on, friend. Okay. And some charms. Where should I put your charms? Right here? Okay. Okay. Okay, so pile 1, let's start. This one came out first, so let's start with this one. It says, it's a song, Jaden, Lost Boy. So yeah, like you're in this, it's so weird, and I think that's why this energy is so confusing, because it's kind of like you're in this victim mentality, but being the emperor, you know? I'm getting Batman energy. I guess that's why Catwoman came up, because it's kind of like Batman was a victim of violence, right? And he chose to go spread more violence, you know? That's the energy I'm getting from this. So maybe listen to this song, honor your feelings, release that sadness, release that victim mentality. Know that you are a magician. You're a master of your universe, okay? Yeah, release that victim mentality. It's not serving you right now. It's not. Okay. Over here on top of compassion, we have this note. It says, good sex, no stress, one boo, no ex, small circle, big checks. So maybe have compassion for your path. Maybe have compassion for others' journeys is what I'm getting here. I feel like you're kind of you're not really in a humble energy. And I know the spiel on humility, blah, 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 yada, yada. When I say a humble energy, I'm meaning you have no humility for how much it took you to get here, for how long it took you to get here, for what you had to go through to get here, and then humility for others' paths and others' journeys, that it's not going to take them the same amount of time, or their healing process is different. So Spirit is calling for you to have humility, to be humble in your path and in your journey, to kind of like come back down, right? Come back down, because again, the energy, the Emperor, it's very easy for him to become the ego aspect of the Emperor, which is just like, I'm big boss dog, everybody has to bow to me, I'm right, period. Okay, moving on top of this doubt card, we have 777. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So again, this is asking you to have mercy for others, to obtain that for yourself. I'm a little confused as to why this is going on the doubt card. I think I'm going to save this row. We're going to start down here, because this is something right there. That's something going on. Okay. This next note says, it's Matthew 5:12. It says, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they, the prophets, which were before you. So this is coming on top of co-create. Maybe you got into this Emperor energy because you were tired of people kind of like shitting on your spirituality or your religion, or just, you know, just it's kind of like you were tired of battling people about your beliefs, so you just got into this emperor energy, this just, this fuck what you gotta say, it's my life, which is true. These are facts, but you're in a closed off energy, and the universe wants you to be open because they have things to bring to you. Okay, we have 777 again, but 555 and 444. And it says, we see you. So again, you might be getting signs and synchronicities from the universe, and you might be ignoring them because you're so used to getting them, but they are talking. Okay, there's something that they're trying to tell you, just like this message in a bottle card here is under here. And then under that, we have observer. So yes, there are messages and things being sent to you. I seen the hermit card that was under that, that was somewhere in this deck as well. So yes, the universe wants you to go within right now and to not be seeking things that are without you, that are outside of you in this current present moments, because they need you one-on-one. Okay, basically they need you one-on-one. Okay, this little thing reminds me of Helena Bonham Carter. So you might just be watching scary movies recently, or you could have recently watched the movie Tangled, or Edward Scissorhands. You could have recently watched that too, or something like Beetlejuice. I'm getting that kind of energy from that. So that could be a confirmation for you. I'm not sure. And then this card says, have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. And this came on top of come to the edge and under doubt. So trust. The universe is calling for you to trust. Release this doubt. Release the self-sabotage. Open up to compassion. Open yourself up to change. Let's see what's here. This is nothing. This is a blank card. So, and that came on top of the come to the edge. Your life is a blank slate right now. I don't want to say your life is a blank slate. I want to say that the opportunities that Spirit is providing you are going to lead you to a blank slate where you're going to be able and capable of doing what you want, how you want, because now you have the tools to do that. Ace of Wands energy here. You could also be receiving divine guidance about some kind of creative pursuit, something that you are into creatively or spiritually. Okay. Here is Matthew 5:6. You pretty much got all of that that fucking scripture. I think it's like Matthew chapter 5. Okay, it says, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Let's keep going. Let's keep going though. How can I first serve myself? And this came over yin. So receive the highest vibration, love, and give that to yourself. How can you first serve yourself? Astronaut to the stars. It's time to go back to school. That's another thing that's on its way to you for you to receive a new opportunity to learn something else about yourself, about the universe, about spirituality, about astrology, whatever it is that maybe piqued your interest, or a road that you were, hunkering down really fast, and you maybe had to let up because life happened and you had to get into your emperor energy and just kind of like demand change for things. You have the time now to go back to school, okay? That's basically what this card is saying. Go back to school of life and learn something else, learn something new. On top of this change card, it says, the house protects the dreamer and allows him to dream. So again, like I was saying, this is hermit energy for me. Time to go back within, because the house will protect you as the dreamer and allow you to dream and receive the divine insight that you are getting from the universe in this current moment. Okay, this says, cry with the intention of releasing. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And that's coming over doubt. So there is something that is buried here, that you have used this emperor energy to kind of forget about or neglect in a sense. Maybe like, for instance, if someone broke your heart or you went through a bad breakup, but you started going through the healing cycles, but you kind of stopped at anger. Okay, it's time to finish the rest of that. Whatever the case may be, it might be a similar case for you in whatever situation you're in, but it's time to release. Okay, so yes, we're stepping back from things that no longer serve us, and releasing is one of them. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got this little shoe. So yeah, you're definitely in your sassy Catwoman energy. This is also saying that people really enjoy your sass, I want to say, because they're not used to getting it. Like I said, I feel like you're a pretty soft person, so it's kind of low-key entertaining for people to see you in this Emperor energy, you know. But don't forget that your haters are also entertained by it, and they want to see your downfall. So, you know, don't stay in that too long. We have Girl Gang here, so it's time to call in your spiritual team to allow them to guide you. No more just making decisions on your own and running with it, because I feel like people are getting hurt in the process, and you might be challenging connections that aren't meant to be challenged right now. We have this World card, so someone could be traveling to you soon, or you could be wanting to travel or get away from things soon. This is also giving me like Earth Angel energy. You're an Earth Angel, and so you can't really do what you were called here to do if you're not in that more sensitive, empathetic yin energy, okay? It's all about balance. The Emperor energy does serve us, but not forever, okay? It's all about balance. We have this little angel here. So again, going back into your baby angel, into your earth angel energy so that you can serve the way you need to serve. This is also, again, your guides. Like, hey, call in to me. If you need help, we're here. We're sad without you. Okay. Here we have this little fish egg. Well, it reminds me of a fish egg. And for me, this is opportunities. This is definitely Ace of Wands energy. I'm getting strong Ace of Wands here. So a new opportunity is coming for you. But like these little things on here, release the shackles so that you can fully embrace it, okay? Release the shackles of the ego, if you will. We have this little worry doll. So here's that doubt coming through. You are protected, okay? Have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed, okay? Even the current path that you're on is in your highest good, is on your path. Even you watching this video is in your highest good and is on your path, because now you're here to tell you, okay, it's time to switch it up, okay? Trust that. And this little thing here always reminds me of a magnet. So you are about to be or currently in a space to attract really good things to you, which is why this Fool and this yin energy is coming out so much, because they want you to be in the highest vibration so that you can attract the highest vibration, okay? Because if you're in this low vibrational ego type energy, Emperor energy, that is what you are going to attract. Okay, Pal One, we're going to stop it there because we're 30 minutes in. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, let's hop into it. First things first, the topic today is, what can you be taken about from, taking a step back from, that is no longer serving you? Before we start, first thing is I want you to take a moment to thank your guides, your angels, the universe, God, whoever you feel called to call upon, for helping you to take a step back from what is not serving you. Let's start this with a little bit of gratitude. Okay, and then let's get into the rest of it. So, to start, we have your tarot, the Knight of Swords reversed. Next to that, we have the Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands reversed. And then the last row, we have the Knight of Wands. So we have two knights here in the Three of Wands. All of these are movement cards in a sense, except like the Seven of Cups. But these are all movement cards. So you're being called to stop stagnating, basically. What you want to be releasing and taking a step back from is stagnation. I feel like recently you might have gone through like a heartbreak or something just very, just really just rock your world, shook it. I feel like a tower moment happened. And it really shifted things and kind of turned things on their head for you. And I feel as though you haven't really been able to catch up since. It's kind of like when it hit, instead of like taking the lessons and things that came with it, you kind of just rode the wave of sadness that came with it, and you've just been in that ever since. If it was a breakup, or maybe an altercation that you got into it with a loved one or something like that, you're definitely still holding on to that. Some forgiveness is needed in this situation. But let's start with the Knight of Swords, this column right here. So first things first, that Knight of Swords reverse, typically the Knight of Swords is someone who is, swords is air energy for one. The Knight of Swords is Aquarian energy, I believe. Yeah, fixed air, so Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. The Knight of Wands would be Leo energy, fixed fire. Let me think. The Fool, I get Aquarius energy from that as well. Also Aries, because it's the first sign in the zodiac. So yeah, those are just some signs coming through here. So those could be confirmations of people that you might be dealing with right now. But the Knight of Swords is, think of an Aquarius, a super driven person, low-key a know-it-all at times, but they have this thirst for knowledge. Even the Knight of Wands as well, right? In a sense, like I said, these are all movement cards. So, but this Knight is reversed. So I feel like you're not in a space of receiving anything. It reminds me of, like, I just got this TikTok that I watched where this girl's like, I will no longer be taking in any more information. I feel like I've heard enough, and yeah, that's it. So I feel like that's the energy you're in. You're like, I'm not gonna be receiving anything, any divine guidance, any, like, I don't want anything right now. I just kind of want to like sit here and mope, really. But I feel like you're coming out of that, hence you being at this reading. You feel this call, this pull of something more, of a cycle ending, if you will, with the Fool here and the round and round reverse. Definitely being called to step back from this cycle that you are repeatedly in. But it's not even a cycle of sadness. That cycle has to do with this anger and chains here. Even the Knight of Wands, Leo energy, right? I get vengeance. It's this cycle of vengeance. When someone hurts you, before, I feel like in the recent past, you were actively working on that trigger of yours, because you know that when someone triggers you or hurts you, your first motive is revenge, or karma, in a sense, to take karma in your own hands and kind of like either show them how they made you feel, or because I feel like you're an extremely expressive person. I'm getting Capricorn energy from this. You could be a Capricorn, or you could be a Sagittarius. I'm getting Sagittarian energy from this as well. But I feel like you have no problem expressing yourself. You have no problem, letting somebody know if they got you fucked up. You have no problem being the voice of the room, the voice of the trenches. I'm just kidding. But you have no problem being the voice. But right now, you are choosing not to be the voice. I feel like whatever situation you're in, you know that there's a lack of that, and you know that that is needed from you. And so your revenge in that sense is to not put in what you typically do put in, because that is revenge in of itself. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, say, you know that you are the mid shift at work, right? And so whoever opened pissed you off, so you decided to call in, so they can't leave until the night people come, So it's kind of like a vengeance there. You realize that there is a lack, or you realize that you have the upper hand in something, and so you're taking your energy or taking something away to make that lack even greater. In the with the intention of revenge, or with the intention of what goes around comes around, in a sense. You're kind of just taking karma into your own hands, like I said. So back to this Knight of Swords column over here, you're choosing not to receive anything. Like, it's literally in one ear, out the other. I don't even think it's in one ear. It's like brick walls in your brain right now. Nothing's going in. And so with this fated to suffer under here too, I feel like this goes to for you and, you know, whoever the other person is in this party or in this situation, where like if I had to see it, you have to see it. If I have to suffer, you have to suffer, right? So it's again this sense of like releasing this round and round, this cycle of vengeance of hurt people hurting people, and those hurt people getting more hurt and causing more hurt, right? So that's why this time to go is under here. It's like time to go, time to zip and dip. If you have removed yourself from this situation, you have not all the way. You removed your physical presence, but you have not removed your energy from this situation, so you're still feeding into it, which is why this time to go card is coming up here, because it is now time to cut those cords, cut those, whether it be a soul tie or whatever it may be. Some cord cutting needs to go on here because this energy is not serving you. It's a round and round, right? Okay, over here to this Three of Wands reverse and this Seven of Cups column. For what you can take a step back from and release that's not serving you is inaction. The universe, like I said, with all these movement cards, they're calling for you to take some action. The Three of Wands talks about having your ships out to sail, waiting for them to come back with good news. You know, the other ones are coming back with good news, right? So it's reverse. You're missing these opportunities. You're missing the good news that's coming in. You're missing your reparations from the things that you have already done and have already invested in, you know? So you're choosing to stay in a period of options where you want to keep your options open. The universe is saying, no, we want you to make a decision and run with it, go with it, and allow success to follow it, right? Like with this deep knowing card coming up down here, it's like you are aware that a lot of success and abundance could come from one of these, you know, opportunities, but it's different types of success and abundance, right? It might be, I'm not going to go into detail because I feel like you know what it is. And so you kind of want to keep your options open because you're kind of in this, I want my cake and I want to eat it too because I deserve to type of energy, you know? And so, yes, that's true. But also, you need to make a decision. And this tortoise, this little turtle keeps calling to me. So I feel like you're in your hair energy right now, and you're being called to be in the tortoise energy, to kind of, you know, come back, bring it back. You know, we know you can win. We're aware of that, but that's not the lesson in this, right? We know you know how to hurt these people. We know you know how to give vengeance. We know you are the master of getting back at people, but that's not the lesson here. So Spirit is saying that it's time for you to come out of this period of having your options open and wanting your cake and eat it too. Make a decision, and even if it falls, we're trying to get you to get out of this coward energy, because coward energy is a lack of vulnerability, right? A lack of openness, because you're like, well, again, which is probably why I'm getting that Capricorn energy, because Capricorns do not like failing, right? So they would take a harder route, or they would take something that would hurt them for the sake of keeping a public image up, for the sake of keeping, like, you know, nobody in their business, you know, no one knows what's going on. And so it's this similar energy where you are aware. Anyways, bottom line, Spirit is saying it's time to move, to get out of this stagnant energy, pull your energy back into you, rein in those emotions, because that's another thing too, why I feel like the Knight of Swords and the Three of Wands is in reverse, and then we have the Knight of Wands and the Fool in reverse, is because right now you're allowing your mind, your logical mind, to take over, and you're not allowing your spirit to or vice versa. You are allowing your feelings and your emotions, like the fiery things in you, to drive you, which is positive, but there's a lack of logic here, right? So it's like making a decision out of this fiery energy, but not bringing in that, like, okay, maybe this isn't the right time, you know, this person just is grieving right now. They're going through a loss of a loved one or something like that. This isn't the best time. There's a lack of that there, right? Because all you feel right now is your anger. So over here to this downcast pride and the deep knowing coming under it, Spirit's like, yeah, you know, your pride is definitely in the way right now. And it is in the middle of the spread, okay? So it's literally, this is your energy. And this is everything that's radiating off of it. This is the cause of this that you're in right now, right? So your pride was hurt. Someone hurt your pride. Someone hurt your ego. And it's that trigger that is causing the anger. And there's an anger and a sadness on both ends of you. There's the anger from allowing yourself to get hurt and allowing yourself to get played, right? That Sagittarian Capricorn energy again, or Scorpio. I'm getting a little bit of Scorpio too. You could have Scorpio placements. And then there's also the sadness of why me? Why is it always me who has to get their heart broken? Why is it always me that's, getting played? Why is it always me that has to deal with people while they're healing, or be the person, the hurt person who gets hurt again, right? So it's this sadness and this anger, pulling you both ways, right? Pulling you back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so even this deep knowing card though, and this time to go is giving me hermit energy, as well as the round and round, because the round and round is reversed, because it's like, it's far too much. The cycle has gone on for far too long, because in this deck, when cards are reversed, it's a protection message, a protective message. So yeah, it's like this has gone on far too long, because it's gotten to the point where you're not only just hurting yourself, but you're hurting people who are indirectly connected to the people that you're trying to hurt. And the universe is like, that's not okay. We're not, that cannot continue to go on. So they're asking you to step back from this, to step out of this vengeful, angry energy that you're in. They're not telling you not to feel your emotions. Feel your anger, feel the sadness, but don't move in it, and move through it, right? Don't move in it. Yeah, so I want to get into your letters now. Your notes that we have here for you. We have quite a few, so let's see. This first one, let's see. Flight, transformation, messages. What did I say? 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, air, and movement. Exactly. So movement is here. This is air energy as well. It's time to get into that logic. It's time to also get into your heart space. I'm not seeing very much green here. So it's time to get into that heart space. There's a lot of blue and there's a lot of black, right? You're definitely purging and you're definitely expressing, but it's not coming out of the heart space, if you will. You feel me? So it's time to get, and that's also why this deep knowing card is like down here at the bottom, like this green light that's just shining up, because it's like, yeah, it's time to get into that. Time to get into that heart space, that heart energy. But yeah, messages coming through. I'm getting 8 of Wands energy from this Knight of Swords and this 3 of Wands reverse, meaning a community coming towards you. And look, we literally have the community card here. So yeah, a community coming towards you, a soul tribe, if you will, coming towards you to bring in new lessons for you. But this 3 of Wands reverse is reversed. So you are not in the mindset or in the energy to receive it. And even if you were to receive it, you wouldn't know what to do with it. And even if you thought you knew what to do with it, Spirit saying it's time to take a step back. Time to step back from this completely before you fuck something up. Okay, let's keep going. It's this song called Boohoo by The Neighborhood. And it says, call her Alexander because I treat her like my queen. So there could be someone, again, who maybe hurt you or they said something hurtful and now you are just triggered and you're immediately in the hurt mindset. Like, get back at them, get back at them, get back at them. Spirit saying, no, reining in, okay? We're calling her Alexander because you're supposed to treat her like your queen. So whoever this person is, basically offer them compassion. I feel as though they were also in a cycle of like hurt people. And so maybe there's something that you did that they just never fully healed from. So that is also something there too, right? So perspective. We're trying to end this cycle of hurt people hurting people. Okay, this says devotion, and it says you are powerful and filled with love. Absolutely. So you are powerful, correct. And I feel like you know your power. You understand your power pretty well, okay? in the ego, but Spirit's trying to get you to understand your power when it has to do with love, okay? So I understand that you understand your power when it comes to pain, right? You understand how you affect people in those ways, and things like that, but I don't think you understand the other side of that, which is love, right? Balance. We all have the capability to have both within us, but it's all about balance. So Spirit is trying to get you to move through love right now and not through your devil energy, your shadow side, okay? This was inside of that, I believe. So let's see what it says. Find the truth and recalibrate. Find the truth and recalibrate. Absolutely. So I feel like that's pretty simple. That's pretty there. So even like what I was saying over here, that there's probably, you know, someone who you're close to who hurt you or said something hurtful. Find the truth and recalibrate. Perspective, right? You never know what they were going through or what happened at the period that was going on, right? The same way you were in your hurt energy, and the people who come across you filled with love, you can't really treat them their best or how they deserve to be treated because you're not in that same frequency, right? So have that same perspective for the other person in this other situation, right? You never know what was going on there. This says 777, patience, perseverance, illusions, and deceit. And we got the 7 of Cups up here too. So yeah, patience, perseverance, illusions, and deceits. Give me a second because there's a message there. Okay, so I feel like you were deceived, or someone was being deceitful with you because things didn't play out how they said that they were going to, or how both of you expected they were going to. But that was an illusion to start with, because you guys weren't making plans in divine alignment, if you will. You guys were making, how do I say this? It's kind of like your expectation should change because the outcome has changed, because the situation has changed. Basically, how when you first started, whatever this is, with this person, whatever the situation is, I don't know if it's a relationship, a job, a friendship, maybe you're talking to someone, I don't know. But basically, when this started, you had one outcome, or you envisioned something coming from this, right? You had a specific expectation of it, is what I'm trying to say. But throughout this connection, throughout this situation playing out, it has changed frequently, quite often. The dynamic has changed. Lessons have altered within it. I feel like lessons were learned way faster than they were expected to. Then the universe and your guides expected you guys to learn this, or expected you to move through this and learn through it. So it's happened faster. So therefore, what you saw out of this, or coming from this, or how you imagined this before, you have to change your perception, because it's different now. All of it's different. It's different. That's all I'm saying. So that's why you're being called to go back into hermit mode and just recalibrate, find the truth and recalibrate, because things have shifted drastically, and you're still with the old alignment, with the old shift, but we're in a new space right now. So you're being called to recalibrate, okay? Let's see what this says. Keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. Okay, so these are your guys confirming that, okay? It's time to find the truth and recalibrate. It's not so much that this situation or this connection is no longer for you, but it's time for you to recalibrate. I feel like this other person they're working on it. They're actively working on it. But you are not. You are like walls up, head down, like, nah, fuck that. You're kind of off put from it. But I feel like whatever this person was meant to do that, or you were meant to be triggered in this way to initiate this change that you're being called to do, okay? Because I felt like by that happening, you realize that you still had some pretty deep triggers or some pretty deep wounds in whatever this was. And you thought that it was healed, but it's not completely. And this just reminded you of that. So you're kind of like bitter about that. But they're saying keep going, okay? This is in your highest good and is meant for you in your highest alignment. It's just time to recalibrate, okay, love? Then we have this. This reminds me of all of my aces: the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Swords. That's the last one. Sorry, I forgot. So these are all my aces, opportunities coming, but you need to be able to receive them, to reach them, to get to them when they come. You need to have your hands up, coming out of the cloud, not just your head in the cloud, right? So opportunity is on its way. I want to put this down here because I feel like they're saying, same way with cycles, opportunities come round and round and round and round and round the same way, and they don't want you to miss your turn on this go round. The last one you maybe missed, the last one before that you maybe missed, but they don't want you to miss this one, okay? They're like, please get on the fucking train because just get on the train. Please just get on the train, okay? This says false, Dwight Schrute. So you could watch The Office, or The Office could be something significant. Maybe that's like something that you and whoever this other person or situation have in common. But that coming out over anger and chains, Dwight felt everything that he felt, and I'm not going to say he wasn't ashamed because that's a lie. You know, he was kind of ashamed of vulnerability, but it was a different kind of vulnerability. He wasn't ashamed of who he was. He wasn't ashamed of being vulnerable about who he was. He was who he was. When he was upset, you knew. When he was sad, you knew. When he thought you were dumb, you knew. He was transparent, okay? So with this anger and chains, like I was saying earlier, they're not telling you not to feel angry or not to feel sad. They're saying to feel it all the way and process it, but don't move in it. Move through it. And as I say that, here's this card. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Mourn. Open yourself up to that vulnerability of release, of crying, of mourning, so that you are capable of getting the healing that you deserve and that you so need from the universe. They can't help you heal from something that you don't acknowledge needs healing, right? Right. 444, stability and planning. The universe can help. Rest, reflect, replenish, recover. So you might be seeing like triple digits or double digits frequently, or not double digits. Yeah, because here, as I say that, I'm seeing 777555444. So you could be seeing repeating numbers right now. The universe is trying to talk to you, okay? Don't ignore it. You could maybe be hearing the same song. It keeps coming on repeat even though you put on shuffle. That's a message, okay? So you're getting messages here and there from the universe. Open yourself up to receiving it. We have this, the principal ingredient of life is love. Okay, so the more and more messages I get, I feel like you're one of those people who's like, you know, pain fuels the world, suffering fuels the world. There is no good without bad, which that's very, very true. But they're trying to get you to lean more into the positive aspects of that dynamic, and not so much the negative aspects of it, because while that is true, it's also true that love is the principal ingredient of life, that love heals all, that love encapsulates and captures, I don't know, all, right? So they're trying to get you in a more positive mindset. It says your generosity never ceases to impress those around you. Okay, so they're calling for you to inspire joy through gratitude. And giving. Like I said, you're super closed off right now. You don't want to give anybody anything, not your time, not your energy, not even your thoughts. Like, you don't even want to give people advice right now. So they're asking for you to open yourself up, okay? Because a new period is coming, whether you like it or not. So please, at least prepare yourself for the jump, okay? So that you're not pushed off. It doesn't feel like you're pushed off that cliff, but you feel like you're an active member in it. You're choosing to jump, right? This always reminds me of the Lovers, or either the Two of Cups. So it says lovers, self-love, healing, judgment, San Antonio, Frida Kahlo, Romeo and Juliet. So yeah, I do feel like this is a person. I feel like you might be deeply in love with the person, but you're aware of that, and it scares you because you're like, nobody can trigger me like you can. Like, nobody just gets to me like you, and that scares you, and it makes you uncomfortable. So you're like, let me make you uncomfortable too so that you understand how I feel. But the universe is saying, no, no, no need for that, love. No need for that. And here we have Beauty and the Beast, Empress Judgment. So yeah, I feel like this is the divine connection, maybe even a divine counterpart. And you are just a little triggered right now. You're feeling a little, you're not even so much triggered. You just feel raw. Like you just feel just raw. Like you just are just walking around with no clothes on. And maybe because it's like this person can just see through you and you're just like, what the fuck is this? I don't like this. You should listen to that song Drowning by Kuko and Claddle. It's a good song, but that's what I just heard. So, okay, let's get into your charms. So here we have the worry doll. You're worried, love, but everything is good. You're divinely directed, guided, and protected. Trust, okay? Open your, two worry dolls. So maybe you and this person are like worried. Oh, maybe you guys are worried that you won't ever actually be able to get together. Maybe you're worried that, there's too much like hurt or something within this connection for it to be mended. But what that say, you are powerful and filled with love, okay? So don't worry about that. Worry about your healing. Worry about getting through this, moving through this, and what's meant for you can't be taken from you, okay? Okay. Yeah, look, we have this little skeleton ring. This always reminds me of like someone who's like holding on to something for dear life, like they're clutching hard. It also reminds me of a baby hand too, but because you know like how babies like grip your fingers like that. But anyways, so yeah, I feel like you're definitely you're clutching on hard to this connection. But here's the thing, it's like you're clutching on hard and you don't want to let it go, like you refuse to let it go, but at the same time you're not showing that you care about it. You're not showing that it's something that you want, you know? So it's like the universe is like, do you want it? Okay, well, prove to me that you want it, right? Here we have this little thing. It's a little carton of milk. But it reminds me of, well, birds, because it's a K-pop thing. I'm not going to try to explain it. But this little bird, like I said, you might be getting messages like coming through, or like synchronicities and signs coming through. And I feel like you're kind of aware that that's going on, but you're also just like, it might have been a coincidence to keep yourself protected from like going down that path. But sweetie, it's time to fucking jump, okay? I feel like you are, a very spiritually abundant person, and you're aware of that. But in this current period in time, you're choosing to withhold that. Because you're using it as leverage, if you will. Come out of all of that. No need. Open yourself up and gift the world with the knowledge that you have to give. Yeah, so I feel like if you're super smart, you're withholding your knowledge. If you're super spiritually abundant, you're withholding that. So yeah, release. It's time to step back from the withholding and the stagnation and open yourself up to love and to light and to truth. Find the truth and recalibrate, okay? Make amends. If you need to apologize to somebody, apologize. Make amends, okay? And inspire joy through gratitude means being grateful. Thank you for standing by me. I know I never apologize, or I know I don't say it enough, blah, blah, whatever the case may be, but I do care about you. Whatever you need to do, whatever you need to say to make amends, do that. We have this gold coin again. So like I was saying with this little thing, reminding me of the aces, opportunities are coming, but you have to be open to receiving them, okay? You have to be open to receiving the people who are coming into your life to show you, hey, you're not crazy. We have these things in common. Maybe you feel like super lonely, and so you're also putting yourself in even lonelier situations. I feel like because you kind of are trying to dwell in that energy. But no. This next charm is a message straight from God. And she wants to say that whatever you want in this lifetime, whatever you have asked me for, I have not forgotten. I am giving it to you, okay? But when I give it to you, it's going to be so much more than what you asked for. So that's why we're asking you to be patient, because we're trying to supersede your expectations. And I just heard you say, I didn't ask you to do that. You don't have to, because they care about you so much that they are giving you what you are too afraid to ask for, because you don't believe that you can get it. So they have to have that trust, and they have to have that belief for you, because in the space you're in right now, you can't even think big enough for yourself to ask the universe what you want, okay? This little angel charm, your guides are saying, hey, come talk to us, communicate with us. We're here for you. We're trying to help you. We know that this period you've been in has not been the easiest for you. We know that the transition that you have gone through and are about to go through is difficult. It doesn't always feel the smoothest at times, but we're trying to make it smoother if you just please come ask for help, okay? And last but not least, we have this little, this is a ring, and there used to be a heart in here. So open up your heart, okay? That's what this is saying. Open up your heart, okay? Open up your heart. It is safe to love. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you got from this what you needed to get from this, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Pal 3. If you picked this Deathstroke card, then this is your reading. Okay, so today's topic is, what can you be taking a step back from? Taking a bow, as the title says. Before we get started, I just wanted to have you to take some time to thank your angels, your guides, whoever you feel called to thank. You, your higher self, your family, your pet, whoever you feel called. Thank them for helping you to take a step back from what's not serving you. Okay? Okay. So, like I said, this reading is what can you be taking a step back from that is not serving you. So first of all, okay, here it is. That's our So this Four of Wands, let's start with the Four of Wands. That's the first card we have here. Four of Wands. So the next tarot card is the Page of Cups reversed, and then we have King of Swords. Okay. So I feel like you're being a martyr right now. I feel like you kind of overextend, maybe give a bit, and when you have nothing left for yourself, you are like, oh my goodness, you get in this really sad state. I feel like maybe you're so used to being the person who has to keep the harmony, but right now it's not time to be peacemaker. Because, and I say that because it's not happening in a balanced way, because if you have nothing left for yourself, that means you're overgiving. That means you're not in balance. So that's why we have this sacrifice under here, right? So take a step back to ask yourself, what am I sacrificing to keep the peace? What am I sacrificing to keep the harmony here, right? I feel the need, the call to get into this bottom part last. But yeah, what are you sacrificing? And then this little thing showed up next to between the Four of Wands and the Page of Cups reversed. 33, use your gifts, spread your light. Self-love, trust, acceptance. You are loved and guided. It's a warning, see? And it says Star Baby. So your gift is being able to be the peacemaker. Your gift is being able to keep the harmony and be the balance in situations and bring people together, right? And bring justice. But at this current moment in time, it's at your sake. And so that's why you're being called to take a step back from that. So you can still use your gifts and spread your light, but you got to give that light to yourself. It's time to turn it inward. at this current moment. And so that makes sense with this bring love into the situation. And so up here we have the Page of Cups reversed. Now, what I was getting from this card, like when I first laid it out, was kind of like this martyrism, right? And then it's kind of, how do I say, like you martyr yourself, you give yourself, right? You over-sacrifice, overindulge in sacrificing. And you have nothing left for yourself, and then you beat yourself up for that, you know? And I feel like you were probably your childhood, how do I say, like you grew up always having to be the bigger person. You grew up having to maybe parent people who were older than you, or you grew up not being able to be a child. And so every time you were in a situation or a state of being like where you are right now, it reminds you of that childhood, and it brings back it brings up things, specifically sadness and regret for the child that you weren't able to be here with the child I was meant to be, being in the middle of the spread, and the number 8. So it's kind of like the universe uses, or how do I say, it's the cycle at this point. When you realize, when you get that feeling, that's you realizing that you are in a cycle, okay? A cycle of overindulging in sacrifice, over giving yourself, being the martyr, okay? Over martyrism. So when you have that feeling, it's bringing that childhood up, because one, it may be something that is being asked for you to heal, and then two, it, like I said, is reminding you, hey, this is a cycle that you're in. You get this feeling because you remember you remember it from the last cycle, or even your childhood, when it was becoming established as a cycle. And that makes sense here with the don't let your past hold you back, right? So now you realize that it's a cycle. You're able to stop yourself and say, hey, I'm giving too much of myself here, and I'm losing myself. This cannot, I have to take a step back from this situation. You guys are going to have to figure it out without me, and so be it, you know? So that's why this King of Swords is showing up here next, because now it's time to actively wield the sword instead of allowing it to blind you and you just overgiving your advice, overgiving your help, your logic, whatever. It's time for you to wield it and make the logical decisions to set clear boundaries. The King of the Swords in general, but specifically the King of Swords, it sets boundaries. So does the Queen of Swords. She sets boundaries as well. So yeah, and then this Gilded Regret showing up under that is kind of like, set those boundaries before it becomes a time where the boundaries become overstepped and it hurts you, and then you it's kind of like ending the cycle of building more and more and more and more regret, because you continuously allow more things to go on, more things to hurt you, more things to drain you, right? And so it's like this buildup of regret, and it's kind of like, like a skeleton in the closet situation, where there's now a pile of things that you have to work through and forgive yourself for and forgive others for, right? Because when someone hurts you, you not only have to forgive the other person for hurting you, but you have to forgive yourself for being in a situation where maybe you were allowed to be hurt, or whatever the case may be, okay? So it's kind of like a pre-warning, which is why that warning is coming up in this 33. Like, don't lose yourself to this, okay? Like it says here, take time to breathe out. Okay, so let's go into, let me see, there was a note here, and it's 111. Trust your vibes, trust yourself, alignment, pieces fitting together, intuitive nudges, guidance, divine oneness. That is so beautiful. It's coming up right here on the child I was meant to be. So you are gifted, right? You are a very spiritual being, and you have a lot of love in you and a lot of love to give. Give it to your old self. Give it to your the child that you were meant to be, right? You don't always when you shine inward, it automatically shines outward. Okay, you don't have to actively be shining light outward but not giving it inward, right? Because it's not as bright as it would be if it were. Okay, you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going. Okay, this note says, ground in gratitude, Sagittarius. Your honesty will be met with gratitude tomorrow. Okay, so look at that. It's coming between sacrificing the child I was meant to be. People, I feel like there's this fear that you won't be liked, or that the relationships and everything that you've worked to build harmony in will just disintegrate when you set boundaries. But that is not the case, sweetie. Bring love into the situation, because when you bring honesty, right? Coming from a space of love, like, hey, I do not have the capacity to give into this situation at this current moment. I need to take time for me. Whoever doesn't understand that, okay, chuck the deuces, because if they cannot understand when you need time for you, and they don't want your betterment, period. Okay, so if that's a problem, that's a conversation in and of itself that needs to be had. Okay, so look at this yes coming on top of bring love into the situation. Bring love into the situation. There is a way to set boundaries respectfully and with love. Ooh, you got a 2-in-1 here. We have the Jaden Smith song 90. That's a really good song. Sorry, I was just listening to it for a second. But there are some lyrics in that song that I could see where it would fit here, and that would make sense if you want to listen to the song or take a look at the lyrics. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I did not remember this little note being in here. Okay, it says the ceiling is the sky of the universe. So a friend of mine said that one time, just, it was just random. Like, I don't know, we just be on that shit, I guess. And so she said that, and it was so funny, and it just stuck though. And so, but what I get from it is kind of sort of similar to like a glass ceiling kind of thing, but a little way deeper than that. I'm not gonna say a little deeper, way deeper. And I'm not gonna have you follow me down a rabbit hole, but in the sense of the easiest way to sum it up would be the sky is not the limit. Okay, you get me? Like, you can surpass that, you can go past that. Okay, there's no cap on your gifts. There's no cap on the amount of love that you can give to yourself or spread outward. There's no cap on your intuition. There's not a certain amount of times that you can get guidance. There, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no ceiling. There's only the universe, right? Okay. So over here we have this don't let your past hold you back, South Node. And it says, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. And that, listen to that, okay? Your inner child, and I don't even like the phrase inner child, because, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Let me just stop there, okay? What I'm saying is, take some time to talk with, jump back on the timeline, go back to when you were a kid, go back to when these cycles were established, and let them know that in the end it works out, it all is okay. You heal through it, you grow through it. Now you use the things that you learned from that, or that you took from that, to spread love and light into the world. Let yourself know that things are okay, because they are okay, and they will continue to be okay and even better, right? I really feel like this bring love into the situation, more like bring optimism into the situation, into your past self, not even just as a kid, maybe as a teenager, or whenever you felt that you were overgiving, or whenever you felt that you were establishing regret for yourself and resentment in other situations. Go back and forgive yourself for that, and take time to heal that situation. Like it says here, don't let your past hold you back, okay? There's no cap on your gifts, okay? You can surpass that. I feel like this is also a call to kind of like study yourself a little more. Maybe, here's my astrology plug, get into astrology, because just your chart, like your birth chart, you know, so you can understand yourself better and in turn be able to understand others in the world better, okay? So yeah, just take time right now to like this reading is, just take a step back and draw back into you. Okay, let's see what this is. On next, like strep, baby. Okay, this came under. Girl, I don't know. I'm getting some, but then I keep losing it. Like it's a little. Mainly, the main thing I get is back to that King of Swords energy, setting boundaries, even if you're gonna have to be on next, like strep, baby. Set boundaries, and you know, whoever don't want to get with it can kick it. Okay, so I think that's the main thing that's coming from that. And this take time to breathe out. What goes into that is like this gilded regret, this regret and resentment that you're building up, and overexhaustion that you're building up, and burnt outness that you're building up is choking you, and you're not able to breathe out. It's time to take time to breathe out and to literally just take a deep breath and let yourself know that everything is okay. Get that good prana, girl. That good prana energy. Okay, we have patience, perseverance, illusions, and deceit coming over a fiery climax approaches. 777. So this is basically saying this situation that you're choke holding and is on its neck like strep is going to come to a head at some point. The illusions will fade. Just give it some time, whether you're there or not. Okay, you can let go a little bit. The shit will still happen. A fiery climax will still be approaching, whether or not you are worried about yourself or not. Okay. This says, God, help me keep my hands on my own will and my eyes on my own road, which leads to you, love. In Jesus' name, or in the name of light and love, amen. Okay, so that was a good sum up to your reading. Exactly. It's time to put your hands on your own will and your eyes on your own road, okay? This is a great reading. This is good. This means that you can envelop yourself in self-care and self-love and just make yourself feel good. That's great, okay? That's awesome. Thank you so much, Pal 3, for tuning into this reading. Deathstroke, Pal Deathstroke. Ooh, that sounds nasty. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this reading, and I hope I see you in another one. Bye! Hello, Pal 4. Welcome to your reading. That was intense. Cute. Okay, so if you picked this Namjoon BTS photo card, then this is your reading. Right off the bat, oh fuck, I forgot to get your little messages. I'm gonna shuffle these, but let me say something. Right off the bat, I feel like, I mean, you picked Namjoon, so yes, the odds are very highly likely, but I definitely feel like you're a Namjoon stan. I mean, a Namjoon stan, yes, but I feel like you're a K-pop stan because, or you're maybe getting into it, or you know someone who likes K-pop, because we got like, out of the charms, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 charms you got, 2 of them are K-pop related. So okay. Let me let me mix this up. Okay, those ones come out. Let me just put y'all back and we're gonna shuffle over. Why? Did you have to be so fucking dramatic? Okay. Let's get into it, Pal 4. So, as you likely know, today we are going to be getting into what you can be taking a step back from, and taking a bow, as they say too. Before we get started, I would like to take a moment for you to take a moment of gratitude, and to thank your angels, your guides, passed on loved ones, God, Holy Spirit, Jesus, whoever your pet, whoever you feel called to right now, to thank them for helping you to take a step back from what is not serving you. Thank them for allowing you to be guided to this reading. For guidance. Okay, you're probably also, like many people, super into music, because I just keep getting music references. Like, they just come in back to back to back, back to back. See what I mean? Okay, so, but let's hop into it. POW 4. Right off the cuff, I want to say, I know we have some signs here, but just intuitively, signs that are coming to my mind as confirmations. This could be your sign, or maybe someone you're close to or connected to who has this sign. I'm getting Aquarius just out of my brain. Also Gemini out of my brain. But out here we have Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo, and Gemini, and Scorpio. So you could have those placements, yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but POW 4, what we were getting into is what you can be taking a step back from. So basically, this whole thing mainly has to do with love and career, but it does call in all aspects of your life. So let's start with this King of Wands energy here. So take a step back from the King of Wands is someone who is... how do I explain? Okay, it's Sagittarian energy. It's a flaky energy, it can be. Not the king, but, the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, they're flaky energies, but the king does have the potential to be flaky. He's still a wand, okay? So I feel like the universe is calling for you to take a step back from the flaky energy, from the I want it, but it kind of look like it's hard to get, or I really want it, I want to go after it, but obstacle, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for that. Take a step back from that, okay? It's time to get into this. Also, I want to say, with this Capricorn energy showing up, you may be overindulging in your career, or overindulging in like saving or working really, really hard for the sake of ignoring other aspects of your life. Let me find it. You might be overworking and under paying attention to other parts of your life. I think that's exactly what I just said. But let's read the cards. Maybe like these little notes. Maybe there's something here. So what's this say? Astral travel. Ooh, fresh perspective, new cycle, ascension. Okay, so that makes sense. This King of Wands energy is also a glow up spiritually, right? You may be trying to put yourself back into a space where you overworked, or really what I'm getting is you overworked. You worked until you had no time to do anything else. And so you're trying to do that again, but it feels different this time, right? Okay, that's because you have ascended a bit. You've learned from that lesson. You're further in the cycle than you were last time. So now you're realizing that it's a cycle, kind of like this egg, right? Going round and round and round. It's a cycle, but here you're at this part where you're realizing, you're about to, or you might be up here. I don't know. Let me not. Anyway, so you're realizing, and so you get all these tingly feelings and all these tingly sensations spiritually, because you're aware that, hey, you can't really do this last time. It's not going to work because you're not in the same space that you were in last time. You know more than you did last time. So that's kind of like bugging you too, right? And so, and like this little thing, it says, this is a journey for your intuition. Don't forget 8. 8 is about prosperity and abundance, and to also look at your life or your cycles, or maybe your gifts and things, and see, okay, where do I have room to move around or release things that do not serve me? Hence the reading, right? So that I can open up to this new, fresh end of the cycle that's about to come, for the new, fresh cycle that is about to come after the end of this cycle, right? So it's kind of like you are energetically aware that you're coming to an end, love. You cannot do this again. And it may even be now where things are happening in your life to confirm that, right? Where maybe you've taken a pay cut or a layoff, or something has happened where you cannot overwork like you did last time, right? Where you cannot neglect other aspects of your life for the sake of, oh, I got to get this bread, I got to get this money, right? I have somewhere I want to go, somewhere I want to be, right? So 777, patience, perseverance, illusions, and deceit. Yes, breaking the cycle of illusions and deceit. With this Pisces energy being bottom deck, I feel like this is a call, or how do I say, this is a call from Neptune, if you will, to, you're about to go for a deep dive into some deep shit, and not in a negative way, into a really, wide way, if that makes sense. Like, your perspective is about to go from here to like here. So you're about to go on a journey of evolution, a journey of learning, which is why this egg is coming up here bottom deck, and this moon, right? Your intuition, like it says up there, this is a journey for your intuition, and it is about to evolve, and it is about to grow. And so what you feel right now and what's happening in your life, that discomfort is things moving around to get ready to sell off, right? They're loading the boat, so it's rocking a bit. So you can get ready to sell off into this new opportunity that is coming here with this egg, a fresh blank slate in a sense. But what will it be? What will it be? Let's see what this is. Empress, fertility, Venus, Taurus, new tattoo, Forest, Hunter, intuition, weird dreams, gore. So you could be having weird dreams. That's also this egg too. Like, you're capturing things in the dream world, and it's kind of subconsciously, you're bringing it back subconsciously, but it doesn't make sense in the waking world because, I mean, that's just how the dream world is. Okay, I'm not gonna get any deeper into that though. Let's keep going. Over here, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So what to step back from? Step back from the waiting, okay? You've waited it out. You've weighed the options. You've been given the time to weigh the options, more than enough time, I'm sure, with this pandemic happening, to rest up and to recover and to come to conclusions and decisions about your life and where you want it to take you. It's time to act on one of those choices, one of those revelations that you had, if you will, throughout that break, or throughout that period of pause. That's a better, more eloquent way of saying that. And so with this Mercury coming up under here, I feel like there is this love connection. So there, like I said, this is mainly career and love focused. There's this love connection, maybe someone that you want to go after. With this Lover's card being here, it could be someone who you feel is very similar to you. Maybe you guys mirror each other's energy. Maybe you you have a lot of common. You just have like kindred energy. Really, really like them, right? And you guys talk. There's communication. There's a mutual communication going on here, where you feel as though you have a mutual understanding, but there's still kind of like a, what if I'm wrong, right? What if this does not end well? Or maybe this person is reminding you of someone of your past who maybe broke your heart, or the feelings that you get, you're reminded of that time when you were falling in love with someone else, and you're like, I don't know if I want to go down this road again. Something like that, honey. That's fine. But you don't want to miss out on that opportunity with this egg here. It's probably something really good, something that will help you evolve, whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable. It will help you and allow you to evolve, right? And that's what we want. Evolution, 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 evolution. Let's see what this says. It says, I just went to see Thor. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16 coming out over that Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so if you've been saying to yourself, ooh, when I do this, it's over for you bitches. When I pop out, it's over for you. Okay, it's time to pop out. Okay? If you ain't did it yet, no more waiting. Okay? It's time to pop out. It's time to run out there with what you have and trust that it'll carry you to how far you want to go and even further, right? And trust that whatever you do need to evolve and grow and to fit into, it will be brought to you, okay? Yeah, we definitely need some trust in the unknown here, some trust in the in what cannot be seen. With this bulldozer here coming under Mercury and stuff, one, stop shutting yourself up. I feel like you might be being gaslit. Ooh, yeah, with this fuel here too, you may be being gaslit. And if you are a Capricorn, Capricorns are goats with this mountain coming over here. Like, stop allowing yourself to be shut up. Stop bulldozing your emotions, right? And being like, oh, you shouldn't be feeling like this. You know, you shouldn't be, you're a man. Men don't cry. Or, you know, you shouldn't feel like this. Why would you give this person that much power over you? Cry with the intention of releasing. Let's see what this says. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Embrace your sadness. Embrace whatever heartbreak went on in the past, because you cannot heal something that you don't acknowledge needs healing, right? Right. Okay, so over here, this just reminds me of Stevie Nicks. It might actually be Stevie Nicks. Get focused. Okay, it might actually be Stevie Nicks, but it says Rhiannon, Fleetwood Mac, because that's what this reminds me of. Rhiannon. So tap into your gifts, honey. This Four of Swords period, what you need to take a step back from and release, the period of waiting, the period of analyzing and thinking it out and making a plan and a hatch plan. It's time to let your gifts shine now. Like Stevie Nicks, open your arms and just sway in the wind. It's time to go with it. Trust that what you have will carry you the rest of the way. With this Scorpio Pluto coming under here, change is coming, okay? Do not let it pass you up, or do not let it just I keep getting back to this ship reference. Maybe you've recently watched Pirates of the Caribbean, or you're thinking about going on a cruise, something like that, because I keep getting ship references. Okay, but do not allow this water to throw you around on the ships. Grab a hold of something and go with it, okay? Let's see what this note is next to this. Do you even know where New Zealand is? Arrogance, travel, Blackpink. You got to be a K-pop stan. Listen, there's no way that you don't know someone or you aren't a K-pop stan, because there's so many fucking K-pop references here. It's ridiculous. But so do you even know where New Zealand is? Do you even know where you want to go, what you want to do? I mean, all this time that you had to plan, did you make a plan? Okay. Because you're a goat, remember? And goats travel. They go up the mountain. And then they come back down, but they go back up. Okay? Do not get stuck. Do not get stuck. Okay, let's see. This is my strength card. Every time I see an alien, it just reminds me of Aquarius. So you're probably an Aquarius or know someone who is an Aquarius. But let's see. Yeah, higher consciousness. Feed your passions. Stop feeding the man. Stop feeding the man. Feed your passions. Feed your passions, okay? Optimism brings success. Yes, help and protection. Unnecessary conflict, overgrown ego, but confidence, something settled, okay? Settle what you want from this world, what you want from this life, and go for it. Go for it. It's time to move, okay? It's time to move. If you're eyeballing somebody that you're like, ooh, you could be my lover. Ooh, look at the Nine of Cups under that. Somebody who's a wish fulfillment. If you're looking at somebody, go for it. The universe is saying, go for it, okay? Even if it ends bad, I'm not trying to scare you. We have the Ten of Pentacles under here. That's really, really good. But I'm saying, even if it ends bad, you have to trust that, okay, that was a part of your evolution, and that now you know something that you didn't know before. So next time, you're less likely to fail, right? Right, okay. So we have this little eyeball here. So again, ascending, waking up, sensitivity, new tingling. I definitely feel like a new cycle has come. I was a part of it, and I've been fucking sick for some time, y'all. For some time, okay? So if you've been sick, or if you've been nauseous, or you've just been having like health problems that aren't stress related, like going on, ascension, okay? Ascension, baby love. Here we have Shooky. This always reminds me of someone who is like, who has like resting bitch face, or someone who's known to be like having an attitude, but really they just be vibing, they just be in their own world, like Suga from BTS. Suga, I don't know how you say it, whatever. But he's a Pisces as well, so you know, Pisces just be in their own world, and people swear they are just like, you know, they're like, oh my god, like why they mean mugging me. I swear I'm not. I'm literally somewhere looking over a pond, like next to some fairies. I promise I'm not worried about you, okay? So that's the energy I get from that, of like you being in your own world, right? But with this being things that we need to release, it's time to come back into this one and to move with it, go through it. I mean, in the world, but not of the world. But come on, we gotta light that Pluto fire under you. We got fire here and fuel. We gotta light that fire under you, okay? Time to go for it. Here we have a Got7 patch, Agaze, so you could be a Nagaze. Got7 stand, but this is a little carton, and this reminds me of someone who's like being a little baby. They're like, oh no, universe, I'm so comfortable here, like I don't feel like moving. You know how kids are when they just woken up from a nap? Like, that's you right now with the universe. You're like, not having it, and they're like, but you don't even understand why we want you to do this, because we got cake for you downstairs. Wake up, come on, get up. That's what's happening here. Judas. This is my little Judas charm. You could be a Gaga stan, because I keep hearing Judas, Judas. So yeah, I just keep hearing that, but that's the only reference truly that I get from that. So and last but not least, we have this office pen, and it's Creed. It says, just pretend like we're talking until the cops leave. So this, again, gives me Aquarian energy, uniqueness. Embrace your uniqueness, because those are your gifts. That's what's going to lead you to exactly what you're looking and what you want. Your uniqueness. The one thing about you, I feel like whoever this person is that you've been talking to, or that you like, y'all have talked about everything under the sun that you have in common, but there are some things that you're hiding and trying to keep to yourself that you normally don't share with people. That's probably the key to success here, okay? Open up, embrace, okay? You know, get into the not the nitty gritty of things, like good conversation, but I'm saying, like, don't be afraid to talk about taboo topics. Don't be afraid to be the taboo person. Like, somebody got to do it. We can't all be on the fucking treadmill. We can't all be on the steam pump, or whatever the fuck you call the hustle and bustle of life. Okay? Okay? Okay. I think we got through that pretty quick, Pal 4. I was talking pretty fast. But yeah, they just fucking love you. And so they're just like, dude, come on. I want so much for you, and so do you. But you acted like we don't want the same thing, and we do want the same thing. So why are you fighting me? Okay. Anyways, Pal 4, thank you so much for tuning into your reading. Yeah, and I really hope I see you in another one. I hope that my energy didn't scare you from here. I don't think it did. I think you still love me. Anyways, okay. Thank you, Pal 4, for tuning into this reading, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.